It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. We are finally seeing some dry time in the Ozarks after the rainy, stormy, and kind of cloudy day that we had around most of the day yesterday. Temperatures still remain mild. Cold front doesn't come through until this morning. Numbers this morning are mild, and I'm expecting that front through the Springfield area close to the mid-morning hours, probably 9-10 a.m. Really, I think what we expect today from that cold front passing through is going to be a shift in winds. Winds will turn out of the northwest today, and we will also see sunshine return behind that frontal boundary as high pressure starts to build into the area. So lows this morning, pretty comfortable. We're in the mid 40s. I mean, it's cold out, but it's the middle of November, so it's supposed to be. We will see highs today make it to the mid 60s. Not a bad day in the Ozarks. The cooler air is really lagging behind this cold front, so we'll more than likely feel the effects of this by the time we get to Wednesday, and you can expect kind of below average temperatures for the second half of your work week. Sunshine returns in the forecast today, though, so grab a pair of shades for that morning drive that'll be out all afternoon. Not expecting any precip today, and it was kind of a gloomy day yesterday. Gray start to the week across the region. We had storms in the afternoon, of course, and the winds were just incredible across the region. We continue to see sunshine in the forecast today, and that northwest breeze that develops. Here's the good news. The wind is not nearly as strong today. I say a northwest breeze, I mean like 10 miles an hour. It is not going to be very strong today, which is nice news for us. We need a break from the brutal winds, and we get that today, even though it's out of a different direction. And cooler air, actually a Canadian air mass, is going to be sinking into the Ozarks, and that's what will provide us with the cool down that I'm expecting for the rest of the week. Overall, though, Tuesday, not a bad one. Below normal temperatures start to take effect tomorrow, and dry conditions will likely persist through the area through the middle of the week into the end of the work week forecast. And at this point, it doesn't look like we'll see precip over the weekend either. By Friday morning, however, there will be temperatures that are cold below normal. On Friday morning, we'll likely be back below that freezing point. So I know we've been able to keep the sensitive plants out on the porch. You might still have your potted things outdoors. A couple nights where we've seen numbers below freezing or at least close to those frost conditions. But as we head into the end of this work week and into the weekend, I think those numbers will become more common. So we'll have to start taking precaution with our sensitive vegetation. Temperatures today, I have 64 for Springfield. Other locations could be even warmer, closer to 68 degrees for some. Near 70 degrees with sunshine feels really good on a Tuesday. We will then be much, much cooler by tomorrow. I have highs that fall to the low 50s, so we'll take more than 10 degrees off the high temperatures today to tomorrow, and then we'll likely see those cool conditions persist. We could be in the 40s for highs in spots on Thursday. By Friday, we're still in the upper 40s, and that could still be the case by the time we get to the weekend, and lows each night could be falling back into the upper 20s and low 30s. So today, kind of the last day of warmth in the Ozarks. Around the country, there's still a lot making headlines. Very active pattern across the country, with the Pacific Northwest and the northwestern portion of the country continuing to see heavy rainfall, mountain snow in the higher elevation areas in the northwest. While that's going on, an atmospheric river is taking aim on portions of Northern California. That's going to increase by tomorrow, with heavy rains expected for Northern California and portions of Southern Oregon. We've also got moderate snowfall happening for the northern plains today. That's still part of that incredibly strong low pressure system that we had march through the middle part of the country just yesterday. So very active across the country. Still, we will continue to see nice conditions in the Ozarks today. So consider yourselves lucky. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. The question that I left you with yesterday, conditions in which of these cities? Which city has more cars than it does people? And the options were Cody, Wyoming, Dhaka, Bangladesh, San Marino, Italy, or Perth, Australia. And the answer is San Marino. Did you know it? I did not, but it made me think of that Disney movie Luca, where everyone has like a moped and a car, and they were really all the rage. I don't know. It probably is not based on this, but that's what it made me think of. San Marino is the only country in the world with more cars than people. It has an average of 1.3 vehicles per person. It is a tiny, mountainous microstate. It is landlocked by Italy and has a population of only 33,000 people. In the United States, if you're curious about car ownership, the Great Plains states have more cars per capita than the rest of the country. That's probably due to a large rural population and the lack of public transit in this part of the country. Wyoming and North Dakota have the highest number of vehicles per person. In the United States, by the way, car dependency varies by region, and some cities with high rates of car ownership include Raleigh, North Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee, Riverside, California, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Orlando. And this source cites that a lot of those reasons are just because of infrastructure that's available in some of those larger cities. All right, here's the next question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. I know we're all thinking about Thanksgiving already. So, how much does the average Thanksgiving turkey weigh? Do you think it is 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, or 25 pounds? Let me know. This is the average Thanksgiving turkey. You can submit your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much to Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I appreciate you listening this morning. I hope you enjoy a dry day in the Ozarks and prepare for the cooler weather. If you don't have the sweaters out, get them ready. I think we got that cold air in place by tomorrow in the Ozarks. In the meantime, on this Tuesday, we are looking at sunshine and a high of 64.